Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dion, and today I am going to teach you guys how to curate and maintain like your perfect closet and how to stop impulse buying. This weekend, my boyfriend and I went through his closet that he hasn't gone through since like high school. There were so many things that like didn't fit him, were ratty, were like, just like, dude, what? But he kept buying things at Costco. I was like, you can't, he loves shopping at Costco. It's like, you can't buy things until we go through your closet because you don't know what you need until we know what you have. So we spent the weekend doing that and we got rid of so much stuff. And like, he was like, oh man, I forgot I had this. Oh my God, this still has tags on it. It's just like, so. And I do this with like my friends all the time. I love going through people's closets, and I blame my mom for this. She conditioned me as a child. She Pavlov dogged me because she used to have me and her play a game called Keep or Ditch, where we would go through my whole closet and I would try everything on, made sure it still fit. This was back when I was like a kid. So like obviously you're growing all the time. So make sure things still fit, make sure I still like them, donate them all, and then we would know like, okay, we gave away a few pairs of jeans that were too small, we need a new pair of jeans for school. We would do that like every 3 months or so. Like my mom is a keep or ditch queen, and I probably do it biannually. Like I do it when I'm transitioning my summer stuff into fall and winter stuff and my fall and winter stuff into summer stuff. But I'm pretty like ruthless throughout the year. Like I'm always just being like, you know what? I don't wear this. I don't wear this. Or I say like, all right, this is your last season. This is your last chance, which I'll get to that in a minute. But before we get super into the meat of the video, please make sure you subscribe to my channel because I post videos every Thursday and we talk about niche fashion aesthetics. For the next few weeks, I'm going to be giving you guys so many costume ideas. By the way, if you didn't see my community post or if you don't follow me on Instagram, if you struggle with finding unique Halloween costumes, or you're always end up finding them last minute, or maybe you are in a wheelchair and you need like ideas for a costume that you can do in a wheelchair, or something like that, where you just struggle to find costumes for you that fit you, etc. Feel free to send me a DM on Instagram because I love helping people find Halloween costumes. And I might use your costume dilemma in an upcoming video, and those submissions are going to close October 9th because I want you guys to have a few weeks to take the suggestions that I gave you. So feel free to send me a DM on Instagram, and on October 13th will be the video where I sort of like show you guys the mood boards that I created for your costume dilemmas, if that makes sense. So yeah, do all that. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first part of this video is that we have to go through your closet, right? You have to really understand what is in your closet and know what the missing pieces of the puzzle are. Like once you know what it is, then you can really see like, oh, this would really like just complete my closet and go with everything or something, as opposed to just buying random impulse items that you like, but you don't know if you actually need or not. So in this whole video, I'm going to teach you my keep or ditch methodology and really hone in on your personal style. And then I'm going to teach you how to acquire a wardrobe you really love and stop the impulse buying. And I go through my clothes about twice a year, and I'm always at least twice a year, and I'm pretty ruthless overall. At this point, especially because like I've been out of college for a few years, I've more or less stopped growing and stuff. So at this point, I don't need to go through my closet as much because I don't really buy a lot of things and I have everything that I need. I'm not growing them, etc. And I don't really like keep many winter things like in storage or summer things in storage because I just don't have that many clothes anymore. Like I have a very, not minimalist closet, but like concise. I have 3 golden rules that, no exceptions, you have to follow when you are going through your closet. And the first one, and one of the most important ones, is does it fit? Clothes are supposed to serve you. You do not serve your clothes. You're not meant to fit into a clothing piece. The clothing piece is meant to fit you. So change your framework. You shouldn't be saving clothes for when you lose 10 pounds or saving clothes for when you have a bigger butt. Like it's just, don't be doing that. Unless you're like pregnant and you're like, I'm not going to throw out all my pre-pregnancy clothes or something like that. But like otherwise, no, you keep, like, your clothes are supposed to fit you. So if they don't fit, or if they make you feel bad about yourself or fit you in the wrong way, ditch that hoe. Like, no, we're not doing that. Every single thing in your closet should make you feel good 365 days a year. After Thanksgiving dinner, when you're bloated and on your period, when you're having a bad self-esteem day, every single item in your closet should fit you and make you just like feel good and comfortable. For me, everything in my closet is in like a monthly rotation because, again, I have kind of a more pared down closet. So I kind of know what fits and what doesn't. But if you have a ton of clothing, if you are new, if you're just a former fast fashion person or whatever, you just need to go through your clothes. I would really go through every single clothing piece. That's what I made my boyfriend do, and try it on, make sure it fits, check the size, etc. Because you might not know what you're holding on to in the back of your drawer until you look at it and try it on. The second rule, which we'll get more into later, but have you worn it in the past year? What are you saving it for? Like, if it's in your closet for a year and you haven't worn it, what are you really saving it for? It's probably not your style, or you don't like the color, the texture, the fit of it or something. And like things like tuxes and funeral dresses or like gowns, that makes sense, like that if you haven't worn it in a year. So that's sort of different, but we'll get more into this a little bit later. But that's rule number 2, is like, have you actually worn this recently, or is it just taking up room in your closet? I live in a studio apartment, so like closets, my clothing piece, like, you are taking up a lot of real estate. And the third rule is, does it bring you positive emotions? Every single thing in your closet should bring you joy. Every single thing should make you excited to wear it, not dread it, not like, oh my God, I love that dress, but like I can't wear it or whatever. You should be excited to like look at your closet and figure out what you want to wear. Every single day you should be excited by your closet. And when I say positive emotions, it doesn't mean that it makes you feel hot or it makes you feel like a badass or empowered or it makes your body look amazing and that makes you feel good. It's not just about it being flattering, but it could be your like comfiest pair of sweatpants. It could be like the coziest, like my Halloween sweaters that I love so much, that bring me so much joy. It could have a nostalgic memory attached to it. That's okay too. But every single piece in your closet should evoke a positive emotion. Obviously, I know some of us have like work uniforms that don't evoke positive emotions and that we have to have around. But like, besides that, it should really, like, your clothing pieces should make you genuinely happy and excited to wear them. And if they're not, then let somebody else be excited to wear it. At the end of the day, like, most importantly, it should make you feel good about yourself and about your body. If a piece of clothing is making you feel bad about yourself or making you feel like you need to go on a diet, ew. Like, think of it as a friend. Would you want to keep around that friend? No, so don't keep around that clothing piece. All right, and while you're going through your clothes, I would say, like, figure out your go-to outfits. Maybe some of you guys already know what your go-to outfits are, but these are outfits that, like, always will make you feel good, always will make you feel like you're dressed up enough, feel confident, but feel comfortable so you can wear it when you're feeling sicky or like whatever. And it's just, if you're feeling uninspired, they're just things to like fall back on. I've been in like sort of a fashion rut since I've come back from Copenhagen and Denmark, because I think I just like popped off then, and now I'm like, and the other day on TikTok, I was like, I need to get out of my fashion rut. And I sort of fell back on one of my go-to outfits and just like stepped it up a bit. But at least I know those outfits are there and always make me feel good. My personal like two sort of uniform, if I was a cartoon character, these are my outfits, are long skirt, tiny top with a cardigan on it, or like an oversized button down, something like that. That's like a go-to summer uniform, and I can even transition it to fall with like a long wool skirt, a like tiny top, and then like a cardigan or sweater or something. And then my other go-to is a pair of like wide leg pants or wide leg trousers and an oversized Ralph Lauren button down. It just, you can dress it up, you can dress it down. Both those items you can wear out to dinner, or you can wear to like the farmer's market. You'll always look cute, you're covered up, but you still look classy. There's like a sassiness about it. I still feel feminine. Like, these are just outfits that I know if I'm just like not feeling inspired, I know I'll at least like I'll look put together if I do that. This will help you figure out what you really value in your closet. Like for me, I really value my tiny tops and my oversized Ralph Lauren button downs. When I go to the thrift store, I always check out those sections because I know that those are things that I wear every single day that I really value in my closet. And so having multiples of them, I don't mind because it's part of my uniform sort of thing. So remember when I said, rule number 2 is, have you worn it in the past year? So this is sort of how you remedy it. If you don't want to get rid of it immediately, these are for the items that are in the maybe pile and that you like and that fit you, but you just don't really know how to style it. You don't know how to wear it. You haven't worn it, etc. It could be the color. It could be the texture. I'm really sensitive to fabric materials. And so like a lot of times I just plain old can't wear things because of the texture. It could be the cut or like the occasion or something. I do this when I'm like putting my summer clothes away or putting my winter clothes away. If there's something that I'm just like, I don't know about you. I didn't really wear this sweater this past fall and winter, but I do like it and I want to figure out how to style it. I'll say, all right, you're on your last season. This is your last season. Meaning you get one more fall winter with me if you're a sweater, or if you're like a mini skirt or bikini or something like that, you get one more spring summer with me. But you get one more season with me, one more chance to impress me and continue to be in the running of America's Next Top Model.
2 of you stand before me, but I only have one photo in my hands. And this photo represents the girl that is still in the running towards becoming America's Next Top Model.
That they get to lip sync for their life.
To lip sync for your life.
That is, I give them one last season because then I don't have to directly throw them out. I can put them away. But when I bring them back out again, or when it's that season, I can be like, this is your last chance. And it forces me to intentionally try to style that piece. If there's a piece that I know I haven't worn, I really I'm like, all right, I know I don't want to give you away yet, but I haven't worn you. So like, it really makes me focus on like challenging myself to wear that piece, to figure out how to style that piece. And it usually goes one of 2 ways. One, I bring it out and I'm immediately like, I don't know why I saved this. This is my style. And I donate it, or within the first few weeks of it being out, I'm just like, this isn't happening for you and me. I just brought out some of my winter stuff now and I'm looking at some of these things. I'm like, why did I keep this? Or I finally figure out a way to style it a way that it looks good, a way to layer it, etc. And I'm so excited and reinvigorated with this piece, and I'm so glad I kept it around. That's usually how it goes. And so having like a mental note, like I told my boyfriend, there was a lot of things that he didn't want to like give away just yet. And I said, all right, give it one last season. If you don't wear it in the next year, then when we go through your closet again, we know that we gave it a fair shot, and we put it like in the front of his closet so he remembered to use it. That's another thing, is like, instead of it just like staying in the back of your drawer and you're forgetting it, you can just like put it into the front and really make the intention of trying to style it. And you might find pieces that you end up loving, or you might realize that some of them just like the cut doesn't work for you. Or a lot of times I'm like, this has a certain neckline that I can't have things touching my neck. I'm like, this has a certain neckline that like I literally can't handle. And like, as much as I would love to wear one of these pieces, I can't. Things like that in my closet are like tight, long sleeve things that aren't black. I sweat like a banshee, and I just, as much as I love like the tight, like Henley look, or like these tight sweaters or whatever, I can't be doing that. Everything around my armpits has to be loose because I want my sweat to drip down my waist and then just collect around my waistband instead of like making a sweat patch there. Life hack. Yeah, you got to be honest with yourself with what you wear and what you don't, and like what your limits are. So now that you have a closet full of stuff that you genuinely love and that fits you and that makes you excited to wear, start to look for gaps in your closet. A little bonus tip that I have for this is, before you make a list of things that you want to buy for your closet, spend some time recreating your dream outfits. Outfits that really inspire you from influencers, from Pinterest, aesthetics that really inspire you from TikTok or something. But like, look at those, and before you go out and buy things, because you got rid of a bunch of things, actually try to recreate it in your closet and like do it to the best of your ability. Like if it's a cardigan, button down, trouser, loafer, try to find the closest things in your closet to recreate that. It'll challenge yourself to like look at your closet in different ways and really make the most of every single item of your closet, because you can bend it and make it more versatile. And you'll be so surprised at like what you can do with your closet. When I'm feeling in a fashion rut, this is something that I do. Or when my friends are feeling in a fashion rut, I'm like, do your best with the stuff in your own closet to recreate outfits that you really, really like, and like down to the accessories and the hair. And it really does help you discover new ways to wear your clothes and be like, oh my God, I have a lot more coquette things than I realized. I have a lot more grunge things than I realized, etc. Think about dressing like your dream self, and then check out points in your closet that are like missing, that are stopping you from dressing like your dream self. For me, my weak points are shoes and bags and jewelry, but I'm not emotionally mature enough to wear jewelry yet. But like right now I have kind of a lot of like sort of like cheap like things that I've thrifted in terms of shoes and bags over the years. And like I also wear my shoes into the ground like really, really bad. And so my shoes just get like gross and decrepit. I really want to minimize my shoes and bags and just have like really high quality shoes and bags that can go with any single outfit, any single season, etc. Like I'd rather have like 10 pairs of shoes and like 5 bags, 8 bags or so. And like, that's all I need for every single type of weather, season, etc. That's all I need. Like that's my goal, and really start investing in those pieces. So figure out what that is for you and make the intention. Last year, one of my intentions for closet was like I wanted to get like nicer clothes. I wanted to like step up, like be a little bit more luxe. And I have found things like that. And I realized something that was stopping me from that is that like my bags and shoes would sort of ruin the elegance or the luxeness of the outfit. So like now that I have some of the clothing pieces that I have, like of how I want to dress, or more formal and like luxe, I realize, oh, shoes and bags are my weak points. So figure out what that is for you. What's stopping? Maybe it's just like a pair of black combat boots or whatever. You've gotten rid of stuff, you've tried on different aesthetics and attempted to recreate your dream outfits. And now compile a list of things that you're looking for. Do you want a fabulous pair of like black knee-high boots that would go for like with everything for fall and just really recreate your dream wardrobe? Or do you need like a white tennis skirt and that would just like fulfill all of your old money dreams? I keep mine in my notes app so I can keep referencing it, and then every time I go to the thrift store, I know specific sections to go to. If you're someone that gets overwhelmed shopping, this is a way to give it some structure rather than aimlessly like wandering through the aisles. I know a lot of thrifting YouTubers will suggest like go through every single aisle, check out every single item. I completely disagree with that. I would literally have a mental breakdown if I did that. Plus, I have texture issues. I can't touch certain materials, so I can't even touch like 80% of the things in the thrift store without having a literal panic attack. So like no. Go to the sections that you like. This also helps with like impulse shopping because you're not just like looking for random things that you like. The way I thrift when I'm trying to like curate my perfect wardrobe, as I'm always trying to do, is first I go to places that I know I will find something that I like and make me feel comfy, which is men's button downs and women's nightgowns. I love nightgowns. I wear them every single day. Men's button downs, I love. But I'm very, very specific with the types that I like. They have to be a certain material. They have to be a certain brand, whatever. So it helps me just like go to that section, see if there's anything that fits my qualifications, and then I'll check out my thrift list and look at and go to the sections where I might find things in my thrift list. So if it's like shoes or tiny tops or whatever, then I'll go to those sections. And then if I still have time, I'll walk down the other aisles. But usually by that point, I've either found stuff I loved, found what I needed, or I'm feeling sort of like burnt out and I'm like, I don't want to keep looking at just like stuff. So just like, I don't feel the need to grab things impulsively because I've already checked out sections that I loved, looked for stuff that's on my list, and then I'm like, all right, what else do I need to do? You like to do like online thrift shopping. You can start by looking at things on your thrift list and going on like ThredUp, Depop, Poshmark and saving those things. I do this all the time, like with like leather jackets or whatever. I save them, and then if I have a little bit of like disposable money that I'm like, I'm gonna treat myself, I have things that are in my size that I want. I can price compare across all 3 platforms, find the best brown leather blazer that I've been looking for in my size. So you can save like your favorite black a black jean jacket if you're looking at it. You can save it for months, and then one day when you're ready, you can take the plunge and you have it. And I do this when I'm like about to impulse buy like makeup, which I like to do a lot. Well, I don't really do, because what I end up doing is like, all right, Dion, you were just about to spend $60 on like Trixie Cosmetics makeup. Instead, you've been wanting a brown blazer for a really long time. Get that $60 brown blazer. Use that money to something that you've been wanting for a really long time, that's been saved in your cart for a really long time. And then it feels like an exciting impulse purchase, but it's actually something that you have been saving and looking for and looking at and comparing prices. So it's actually a very intentional purchase, but you still get the rush of like, oh, I did something impulsive. So I do that when I'm about to impulse purchase something. I'm like, wait, pivot, let's actually buy. If you want to buy something right now, you're in the mood, you have the money, that's fine, but let's buy something you've actually thought about. And that way you also still get to shop secondhand without the added pressure of being in a store. Because I know sometimes you're like, well, this might not be here next week, so I have to grab it now. And you get to think about it for a little bit longer and find like the best deals and really find exactly what you want. Especially if you're someone like me that's very specific on materials, brands, etc. Figure out like what things you really, really love. Your favorite type of jeans, specific. Like for me, I specifically like Ralph Lauren cotton button downs, the Blake kind. Ralph Lauren has hundreds of different types of button downs. I like the Blake kind. So when I go and shop for them, I look for Ralph Lauren first of all, and I make sure that it's a Blake one. If it's not, I'm not gonna bother, because my favorite ones are Blake ones, and so I don't really need other ones, and there's millions of Ralph Lauren Blake button downs on Poshmark, Depop, etc. So when I want to get one, I can do it. But like, I'm very specific. Or again, I have texture issues. So when it comes to sweaters, if it's not cotton or chenille, I'm not getting it, because I can't wear it. It will stress me out. So it needs to be cotton or it needs to be chenille. All of my sweaters are cotton or chenille, except for my Taylor Swift cardigan, but like, I love that, so it's okay. It just helps you really only buy things that are exactly what you want. Like I love Levi high loose jeans. And so what I do is I look for Levi high loose jeans in my size across all platforms, ThredUp, Depop, Poshmark. I save them. And then recently my Levi's ripped not only in the crotch, but in both knees, because I've had them for a while. So I already have a bunch saved. I found the cheapest pair, put a bid on it, got it. They're coming this week. So when I want to replace a favorite item, I already have a bunch stacked up. I can compare prices. I can find exactly what I want. And I'm just replacing the perfect item that I want rather than trying out a bunch of different new things. Maybe that's your vibe, but once you find something that you really, really like and you know your fashion limits, again, I know that I can only wear cotton or chenille. I know that I can only wear Ralph Lauren Blake. I know that my favorite jeans are Levi high looses. It just makes shopping secondhand so much easier, because you can just look for specifically what you want and you're not like aimlessly wandering and you're not impulse buying, and it's stopping your shopping regrets. Finding your favorite specific items is where Poshmark really, really shines. That's where I would go. It's basically as easy as regular online shopping. Like you literally, it feels like regular online shopping to me. I taught it to my friend Mark recently, and he was like, this is the best thing in the world. I just got a Burberry shirt for $30. And I'm like, bitch, I know. I have been on that Poshmark game for so long. So again, this avoids shopping regrets, and you maintain a closet that you truly love, that are full of your favorite things that you know you like. You're not taking risks. Or it's not that you're not taking risks. You can take fashion risks, but you're not like doing dumb purchases that you know you're probably not gonna wear. The second thing about maintaining your wardrobe is you wanna keep adding and subtracting from your wish list as you build your dream wardrobe or as your style changes. Sometimes there were things that have been saved on my Poshmark or Depop for years, 2, 3, 4 years, and I realized like, you're probably not going to get this, dude. Like, it's not really your style anymore. Or like, there were certain things when, you know, in 2020, like the House of Sunny tops that were everywhere. Like I had a bunch of those saved, and now a couple years later, I'm like, that was probably, I was just like getting caught up in the mania or something. So keep adding and like keep looking at your wish list. Like I'm always online shopping where I'm just like looking at my wish list, adding, subtracting as I gain things, and looking at my Poshmark or Depop. I always make sure the things that I've bookmarked and saved. Check if it's your style, if it's sold already, and if you haven't gotten the item. Sometimes things that you thought you wanted, you realize a year later you haven't bought them and don't need it. That was sort of 2 and 3 are sort of like combo, but it's like check your wish list and also check on the things that you saved, things that are sold. I always just like subtracting the things that are sold just so it looks cleaner. You can sort of see things that have been around for a while and change it as your style grows and evolves. And the last thing is do regular closet checks and really make sure that you love everything in there and that there's no dead weight, and always be ruthless when it comes to following the 3 rules. Does it fit? Have you worn it in a year? And does it make you happy? Alrighty, feel like this video is pretty long, but I hope this was helpful. I'm not kidding, I love cleaning out closets. I think it is so fun. And so I hope this inspires you as we're transitioning into fall and winter to go through your stuff and really like be intentional about like, what are your closet goals? Is it jewelry? Is it bags? Is it more formal wear? What are your closet goals right now? And really focus on doing that. Also, I hope this inspires you to create Pinterest and TikTok outfits and aesthetics in your own closet. It's such a fun way to get out of the fashion rut. I highly, highly recommend it. As always, leave a comment down below what fashion aesthetics you want me to cover, because that's typically what I do over here, or any fall aesthetic videos, any fall fashion videos, any Halloween costume videos that you want me to do. Also, don't forget to send me a DM on Instagram if you have a costume dilemma that you just need help on. You need help figuring out a costume. I'm here for you, and you might be featured in a video, so that's even cooler. And follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I post content there almost every single day. And with that, have a happy, happy day. Bye.